Hi, I'm Jo Crofts. Welcome to the Applied Cytometry algorithm scheduling software, CytoSwarm. This tutorial has been made to introduce you to CytoSwarm and help you get started using the software. If you would like to know more, please visit the website below, and you will also find links to the installation guide and the user guide here too. CytoSwarm software is a Windows-based application that links with a cloud-based algorithm engine. Using this system, we can run our algorithms on FCS files remotely. The system is easy to install and, as you will see, easy to use. No knowledge of the R programming language and no local installation of R is required. Using the system, we can sequentially process FCS files through algorithms such as FlowSum, TISNE, UMAP, and others. Output files from this system can contain multiple algorithm results. When using the system for the first time after installation, select the Settings button. In the Settings dialog, you can set up the source folder which will be used for the files you're going to load. Currently, it is showing a default browse location. Similarly, you can set the download folder location, which sets the folder which will be used by default when downloading files. This can be modified when saving the files themselves. If you have not run the software before, you will need to request a license. You need to fill in an email address and a voucher code if you have one. Then select the Generate License Request. This will save out a license request file, which we'll need to send to the customer support email address shown on this form. And then we will send you an email back with the license attached. To enter that license information, copy the license number from your email and select Enter License. You can paste in the license key and then you will get a message saying License Accepted. And then you are good to go with the software. Press OK to come out of the Settings dialog. In order to add files for processing, press the Add Files button, which will open the Add Files dialog. Here you can choose which files you want to process and then press Open. You can give the job a name, and in this dialog you can also add files or remove files should you wish to. And you can also reorder them using the Move Up and Move Down buttons at the side. Select Next when you're happy with your list, and this is where you can start to complete the list of algorithms that you want to perform on your files, and in the order which you want them. Click on the Algorithm drop-down menu. Select the algorithm you want and press the Add button. So, for example, if I want to merge all my files, I will select Merge and then Add, and this becomes my step 1. I can then choose FlowSum, and that becomes my step 2. Select TISNE, and that becomes step 3. Add Optimize TISNE to the list, and then UMAP. If you need to change the order in which these algorithms are performed, you can click on it and move up or down the list using the buttons at the side. You can also remove the algorithm if needed. Later, we will be able to save this sequence of algorithms as a method, so you don't need to create a new list and associated settings for each algorithm every single time. If you have any methods already saved, you will be able to use the Open Method button at the bottom of the dialog to select your preferred method for use. In this case, we don't have any saved methods, so we are going to step through each of these manually. So, click Next. This dialog shows the parameters in all the files. The parameters in all the files must be the same. If they are different, the software will give you an error warning and you will not be able to process the files. Here we can select or deselect parameters you wish to process within the algorithm. and these settings will be applied to all files. Select Next, and we now step through each of the algorithms in turn. If you want to use the default parameters for everything, then you can just click the Finish button here. In this process, we will step through each of the algorithms and adjust the hyperparameters in each. So first, we have the merge algorithm, and then the FlowSwarm. Further details on the algorithm are available on the link on each page. If you wish to change the parameters that you are processing, you can click on the channel's value and select the parameters you want. The values within this table can all be modified. Press Next, and we move on to the third algorithm, then again and again. There is nothing we need to change. This dialog shows you the method you have created and the settings within that method, and it is on this page that you can save the method for future use. Select the Finish button, and this will upload the files and begin processing. Once all of the files have been sent to the server, processing then begins. You can monitor processing by clicking on the job line and then clicking the Details button. In this dialog, you will see each of the steps and the progress through each of these steps. So if I click on the Merge, we can see all of the files that have been merged, and the file save has been completed at the end. If I click on the FlowSwarm, we can see no details as yet, and this is because it is still preparing. At any point, you can click Refresh to update the details held within the preview panel above. At this point, all of the processing is being done on the server, and the local application is not required. You can even close down the software or close down your PC. At any point, you can see how the run is progressing. Here, you can see the completed steps, which all have an output FCS file. You can preview the steps by clicking on them, and a graphic will show of the output if available, and the processing steps will be shown underneath. Once a job or a series of jobs are completed, the status will now show as complete. You can then download all of the FCS files and the associated images from the server by selecting the item you want to download. Click the Download drop-down menu. Selecting the All Steps option will download the original files and all the output files from all the steps together with any previews or images that are created by the algorithm. If you select Results Only, the system will download just the final output file that has all of the added parameters in. So I will select all steps and select a suitable folder for the download to go into. After downloading, in your target folder, you will find a copy of the original files and each step listed as a file. And within each file, you will have the output FCS file and also any preview images or any other information that's available. Within the FCS file, the original data with the new parameters appended can now be opened in Venturi 1 for further analysis. Once you have downloaded all the data that you require, highlight the job and click Remove. This will delete the item from the server. Thank you for listening to the CytoSwarm tutorial. If you want any more information, please remember to visit our website. Thank you.